皆さんおはようございます。千葉ロックハートです。アウターワールド、2回目、グラウンドブレイカーから今回はやっていきます。前回ね、パールバティとマックス牧師が仲間になったところまでやりました。今回その続きからということで。これ盗みになっちゃうのか。このグラウンドブレイカーでね、新しいクエストを受けて。
ティファニキ皆様おはようございます。
はい、またラニキおはようございます。今日も洋芸をやっております。なんか武器を探せって言われてたの。これどうやっていくんだこれ。で、このゲームなんですけど、残虐的な表現とか、あとですね、FPS、ファーストパーソンシューティングですね。なので、画面酔いとかもありますので、それにご注意ください。
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
いきなり船を没収される。
We've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. Can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, do you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Happy to help. It's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
All right. Be seeing you.
よし、通れるようになったな。まずは
Can we talk?
これ下にはどうやって行くんだ。
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
あったあった。
Can we rent an upstairs room?
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven, just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
その機会について教えてくれ。
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Anytime, sweetheart. You know
なんか
where
お
to
菓子も
find
ら
me.
った。
Here, take a candy with you.
てか、まだやることあんのか。まだクエストマーク見てついてる。
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys.
売れるから売っちまおうかな。調査ってなんだ。アーマーとかいらないのあるから売っちまうか。
ごきげんよう。
はい、マリアさん、おはようございます。グラディウスの店で古い記録を見てみることにしたよと、どうやら密輸牛商はこのようにして手順いくつか開拓したことである。 ここのことですよね、グラディウスの店って。古い記録を見てみることにしたような。
マリアさん、こんにちは。
If you're here for this week's magazine
なんか持ってんのかな。はい、挨拶ありがとうございます。
What do you want then? My hard-earned wisdom? Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. Knickknacks. Curios. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
I'm not sure that's entirely legal.
That's half the reason I make them, my dear. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear? Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Great law, is it hot in here? Or is it just my glands acting up again?
それともこの人が
I found a handsome ceramic mandapillar at a salvage auction last week.
これかな。これっぽい感じするな。これ買ってみますか、じゃあ。多分これっすよね。クエストは更新されたかな。あ、でも位置変わったな、これ。位置が変わった。ってことは、こっちに行けば。あそこ奥どうやって行くんだ。
Rizzo's Purple Berry Fudge. Soft flour candy shells around a sweet purple berry flavored center. Suck it.
さっきこっち通れなかったもんな。ダメか。あ、こっち行ける。けど、奥までは行けないな。とりあえず後回しにしよう。これやろうか。時間かかりそうなサイドクエストは裏でやっておくか。
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated crap.
Have you seen this man? Reward offer for information meeting.
おばさんの台所。
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. I heard we had someone in impound. Wish I could help. I gave the bureaucrats a motive authority over freight traffic, and it rankles them good when I challenge it. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
あんたが平和を保てるように手伝えることは何でもするよ。これがいいか。
Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Force of habit, I guess. Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Captain, could I have a moment of your time?
なんだどうした牧師
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time, while we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakono. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him. That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination. Thank you, Captain.
なんかまたクエストいっぱい増えたなあ、まだ完了してないのかラジエーターの新しい部品を手に入れろじゃあこれいきますか確かになんかすごい熱気だなああこれでいくのか敵がいるって言ってたからねどんな敵が出てくるのか
expecting any company? A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this red piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
ああ、これできないのか。説得40、威圧40がないから。
No one turns their back on me while I'm holding court. Get 'em, boys! Here they go.
お、いきなりか。死ねマジかよ。オートセーブされてるから今んとこからくそもう敵強いよこれ。さあもう一回リベンジ行きましょう。こいつらとは絶対戦うしかないのか。
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company? A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. I smite you in the name of the law.
強いよ、もう強いよ。
McRed, were you expecting any company? A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
これ無視して通り過ぎたの。ああ、警告されてんな。どうするかな。あ、こっちから行っちゃい。あ、バレた。バレた。侵入したことはバレたけど、今のところ位置がバレてるわけじゃない。あ、ダメだ。この位置は悪い。やばいやばいやばい。囲まれる囲まれる。やべ、2人ともやられたな。敵の数が多くないか。やばい。戦場倒したな。あと敵何人いる？結構いるな。とりあえず自然回復させながら戦うって感じで、仲間やられてるから。おー、突っ込んできた、突っ込んできた。あと1人。よし。いやー、辛かった。砂になってる。あれまだいるぞ。まだいる。まあここだったらいくら盗んでも問題ない。おお、なんだなんだなんだなんだなんだ。やばい、結構敵の数がいる。一度位置を変えないと。めちゃくちゃ仲間やる。おお、ロボットか。数多くないか。うわ、なんかやばそうなロボットいる。てか全然効いてねえんだけど。お、いいな、空飛んでんぞ。全然効いてねえよ。 ちの方が威力はあるな。いやでも5とかしか聞いてない。このロボット厄介だな。死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ死ぬ。武器変えるか。他になんかいい武器ないかな。アサルトライフル。アサルトライフルか。ちょっとこれで挑んでみよう。全然効いてね。きちいな。おお、移動してきた移動してきた。マジかマジか。めちゃくちゃ厄介だこいつ。硬くねえか。まだ序盤だぞこのゲーム。序盤でこんな強いのいいのかよ。しかもボロロボットとか書いてある。嘘だろ。どこがボロロボットなんだよ。いや強い。よーし倒した。強くないか。厄介すぎるぞこいつ。一回睡眠取るか。これで体力回復したから、さっきの部屋に戻って探索をしようか。
What was that? What was that?
Go after him.
お、溶けた。盗みたい放題だな。あとはなんかないかな。インパクトハンマー。インパクトハンマー強そうだな。モンタグ。なんだこれ。知らん間に。これ弾はなんだ。インパクトハンマー、ショックスティック。あ、これか、インパクトハンマー。あ、強そうだね、これ。プラズマライフル。なんか知らん間にどんどん武器が増えてきてる。 ガオガイガーのゴルディオンハンマーみたいな感じだな。ここはもう何もないか。なんかあるぞ。なんだこれ。斧。また随分と古典的な武器だな。この上もいけるのか。ピッキングでいけるんだけど、多分正規で行く方法があると思うんだよな。アウトロー。私の誕生日。何を言い出してるんだ。あ、こっから入れるな。
Keep him quiet, Cap.
Here we go.
バレた。全然バレてない。あー、ステルスアタックが入ったな。威力でかいね。あ、よっ。思いっきり吹っ飛んだ。これか。
Fantastic, we've got them. Now we can move on to cleaner pastures.
とりあえず、せっかくだから、ここら辺探索したいですよね。まあ、アイテムも盗みたい放題だから。あ、てか、こっち開けられるんじゃないか。あ、ピッキングしなきゃダメなのか。まあいいや。これはなんだ。
It's so cozy.
プラズマライフル。特にあとは意味はなさそうだな。まあアイテムがあるから回収していこうか。よし、なんとか勝った。いやー、ここの敵強かったな。このボロロボットとかいうやつな、めちゃくちゃ強かったよ。
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
ああ、結局こっちが修理しなきゃいけないんだ。
This is the simple truth. We are all molecular machines. The body is a collection of atoms. The mind is a consequence of chemical reactions. Therefore, our lives are predestined along a path that is only visible in retrospect. Life is fated and unstoppable.
しかもバレてるし。お、これはなんだ。今の武器なんだ。すごい牧師が勇敢だな。いや、気持ち悪いなこれ。まだ敵がいる。上にいるのか。ちょっと待って。端末がある。あ、戦闘中は使用できない。マジか。じゃあ上行ってしまうでしょ。どっから攻撃？あ、痛い痛い痛い。キモいな。あっちにアイテムあるな。取りに行こう。めちゃくちゃ敵いるな、ここも。ロボットか。お、牧師やられそう。牧師下降りたんか。あ、マジか。やられちまった。くぅ。
I could spend... So.
ロボットハッキングできないのかな。ロボットハッキングできればでかいんだけど。あ、ダメか。 あ、こっちバーで閉じられてんのか。今度ハンマーでぶったたいてやろう。そのステルスにしてと、後ろから思いっきりハンマーでぶん殴ると。これプラズマライフル使いづらいな。てかただ単にロボに効かないだけか。これさっきの場所に戻ってきた。あ、でもアーマーもうやられ、アーマーがもう耐久力なさそうなんだよな。これで、クエストは完了ということだな。
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
で、お次はこれかな。で、さっき、装備させたこれか、さっき使ったやつ、モンタグってやつ、火炎放射器か。ちょっと使いづらかったんだよな。お、スナイパーライフルじゃん。いいね。これ使おうか。
Are you listening to me, Emperor? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't do this, Dr. Fenhill.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter, Captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. Did he now? Mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be ashamed. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, An asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
スキラのどこかってことはこの星じゃないってことか。いや、とりあえずメインやりましょうか。その前に防具直そう。どうやって修理するの？作業台がなきゃダメか。
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
その痩せこけた首をへし折るぞ。喧嘩腰だな。
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
その、なんだ、もちろん置いてた。嘘くせえ。
That's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings. Fine. You're free to go. I've removed the impound order on your ship. But before you go, I did have one request. Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table. What? I'm sorry? I'm quite certain I heard Wells. Phineas Wells. But you... It's always like this with you tramp freighter captains.
Oh, Captain, be nice.
Captain, stop pulling the man's leg.
Yes, please do. I have a fragile constitution, I'll have you know. And this runaround is like to give me a cold.
On second thought, maybe you should be mean to him.
もうちょっとだけ意地悪してやった方がいい。
I recant my earlier statement. Mr. Bedford deserves what he gets.
I've met circus sprats possessed of better manners. Well, once you've tired of your jokes, you know where to find me. How do you do? Ah, how might I assist you? You've changed your mind?
あ、残念でした。
An apprehension of this caliber would be tremendous for my career. I would send you straight away to my superiors in Byzantium, but... The thing is, I needed money. A lot of money, quickly, for reasons. That's really neither here nor there, don't you think?
言わなければ拳で叩き出す。まあこれでいいか。
I might have pawned my official board seal to Gladys, the black market fence here on the Groundbreaker. I can't authorize the paperwork you'll need to turn Phineas in without it.
Stray too much from the, straight and narrow, and one may just find himself assigned pastoral duty in a maximum security penitentiary.
To give away something so important to you, there must have been some curious reasons.
I'll thank you not to question my motives, young miss. It was a mistake, and I'd like to put it behind me. It's only temporary, of course. I'd never leave something so important in the hands of someone of such a dubious moral character. I was going to buy it back once I raised the capital. So you'll need to get my seal back from her if you want to hand Phineas over to the board.
そうだって言ってくれ。どれだけアホなんだ。
That's the long and short of it, yes. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I'm certain Gladys can be made, well, can probably be made to see reason. I'll be waiting eagerly for your return. Now, is there any way in which I might assist you?
さてじゃあ、テストは
Is it
更新
Mr.
された
Wells,
から。
the fellow who woke you? How bad could he be?
こっちか。
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. Depends. What are you planning to do with it? See the lights. Taking a show or two at the infamous Bijou. Could be a treat if you like that kind of thing. All right, I'll sell it to you. But it's gonna cost you dear.
高っ。
Anything else, dear? Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
8000なんて金ないぞ。救難信号の調査を依頼してきた。どちらにしてもこの星でできることはもう限られてるのか。
I've seen you limping.
このクエストの目的を達成するには立ち入り禁止区域に入る必要があります。中では、見つかり射撃したい射撃を受けますが、変装することで即時敵対されるのを防ぐことができます。
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew I mean, the scholar shipped in.
確かあれあったんだよな。ホログラフィックマントみたいな。これどうやって使うんだろう。変装できるマント。 あ、間違えた。ちょっと一回セーブしようか。マントの使い方がわからない。こっち行かなきゃダメなの。なんか場所がよくわからん。
It's almost time for today's episode. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
You don't seem to like traveling with us much.
Why in the architect's name would you say that?
It's just that you're real grouchy.
Hey, careful with those crates.
Kinda all the time.
I'm not grouchy. I'm just irritated by a name question.
Second? Hey, we don't know each other yet, but I'm Felix Millstone. I was in the middle of a little discussion with the local authorities when you passed me by. I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew, so I wandered by, just to take a closer look. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. You're serious. You're giving me a shot. All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang. Firstly, I am highly personable and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion.
Sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress. Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together.
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. What do you think? Am I in? Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
Huh? Oh, I am alert and awake. Not to worry. I take our ship's security highly seriously. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. Take care. I require a functioning captain to run the ship. We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Captain, something bit them. Something with more teeth than is strictly necessary.
Please, clear the roadway. Obstruction of commerce is punishable by a fine of no less than 10,000 bits. Warning. Passing obstruction.
They left their own outside to die? Was it that bad?
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps. Distress call? From here? Shit. They told me that weren't allowed. Got me. I just do what I'm told, and I was told not to do such. Alarms went off, raps broke loose, and I hightailed it in here to get a wall between me and them beasts. Scientist, name of Anton Crane. Someone said he's panicking inside the comm center. What do you think? I'm the landing pad guard. I was standing out on the fucking tarmac. Hell of a job until all this. Anything else you'd like to know? Oh, before I forget, Auntie Cleo's makes the best pharmaceuticals in Halcyon. Better than nature. Not like that crap Spacer's Choice pedals.
Ah, outlaws, I assume. Do me a favor and let me finish this, will you? And then make it quick, please. Aren't you with the brutes that attacked our lab? Aren't you here to pillage our supplies and leave our corpses to the raptidons? Oh, well, good luck. Now, if we got the carbon in here, it's just a matter of... Orson, you idiot. Just put it... Of course, because I didn't... No, it's get this. It's gotta put it in the power of 12, and of course that's it's... Oh, you're still here. If you haven't already, you might speak to Anton. He can point you in the right direction. Now, if we got the carbon in... I am Orson Shaw, Chief Behavioral Scientist. I was brought in to study the raptidons. I was to ensure that, should a problem arise, our team is adequately equipped to deal with them. They are insatiably hungry, absolutely impossible to control in any fashion, and indeed appear to be powered entirely by hate. No amount of studying will enable us to control them, or even slightly sate their aggression. Indeed. Now that you fully grasp the gravity of the situation, I wonder if you might do me a favor.
I left schematics in our storage facility. As far as I know, the security commander hasn't found them yet. I admit I'd feel better were they returned to me. Say, you wouldn't happen to have a tube of thermal paste on you, would you? Blast. Well, good luck. I hope I see you back here in one piece.
If you've come to end my life, let's be on with it. Oh, not actually one of them, are you? Yes. Anton Crane, lead scientist here. I must apologize if my call diverted you. I may have panicked. Everything's under control now, though, truth be told.
Standard operating procedure for suits, boss. They're all a bunch of cowards.
I'm not sure it's right to fault a man for trying to survive.
An attack. One that I'd wager was due to the nature of my research here. My research may not quite fall within legal parameters, so I'm under orders to maintain wireless silence. However, having your head used as target practice can addle one's thinking. I cut the call immediately once I'd gathered my wits. The Home Office can't know what's happening here.
Captain's got your best interests at heart, mister. Honest.
I suppose it can't hurt. If I don't get that research back, my life is over regardless. We were tasked with formulating a new and improved dental gel. One cannot exaggerate the benefits of good dental hygiene. May I continue? While doing research on enzymes specific to the Raptidon's digestive system, we developed an additive which we subsequently discovered to be the most effective appetite suppressant ever. Not just any diet toothpaste, the ultimate diet toothpaste. Oh, I'm certain it could be made into that as well, with only a few changes to its molecular composition. But you're missing the point. Let's focus for a moment, shall we? Even if you disregard the obvious value of Auntie Cleo's Appazap diet toothpaste in and of itself, we're talking about my career here as well. Nice, is it not? Came up with that myself. It's a shame our marketing department is almost as befuddled as my co-workers here. Hours ago, a group of vicious malcontents fell upon us, shot up our labs and loosed our research subjects, the Raptidons. If those cretins get their hands on my research, well, they'll need not kill me. Yes, but don't kill their mother if it's avoidable. We've need of her to replenish our stocks. I think there's gas in the lab somewhere that can be used to put them out. The research is in the safe in my office. You'll have need of my code and keycard. The lab's entrance is in the side of a hill. You can't miss it if you just follow the road. You'll pass by the town's original... by the Grand Architect. Jameson. He's in the old lab. That would surely lighten the weight on my conscience, as I am held to account for the well-being of every scientist here. Too many have been lost. Too many black marks against my name, as it were. And far too much paperwork.
I don't know about Dr. Crane's research, but we ought to find Mr. Jameson. He's gotta be all alone and scared.
You picked a hell of a day to visit. I'm Vaughn. Vaughn Cortez. Dr. Vaughn Cortez. But just Vaughn's fine, really. Over in the main labs. I rabbited back here when I realized I was hearing gunshots, not blown fuses. We've been cooped up in here, I don't know, hours? Too long. I have to get back to work. Sure, loyal company fella. That's me. Auntie knows best. Look, I don't want to go back out there, but there's a thing I gotta do. I had to leave an experiment running at the lab. Something I've been working on a long while. Something that could really get me ahead. Know what I mean? I've been extracting organic compounds from raptidons. Compounds that have, benefits.
Extracting how? No, wait, maybe I don't want to know.
In certain social situations. Personal situations. Where you might want to, enhance your charisma. Sure. Of course. Our lab's south of here, down the road. Not the old public lab, the one past that, built into the mountainside. Don't mention this to Anton, okay? He's kind of a tight ass about the lab. Like, squeeze coal into diamond tight. My equipment's in the lower levels, way in the back. I have a big room all to myself. Dissection tables and whatnot. It should have been running this whole time. Just grab the results and bring them here. Great! This is really gonna save my ass.
So those charisma-enhancing benefits he was talking about, it was just blowing smoke, right?
Ugh. If I had to look at those yellow walls all day, I'd make a point to sleep on the roof.
The ventilation shaft runs from the bottom of the lab to the top of the hill, over the garage.
Top of the hill's raptidon territory. Sit down.
I don't need to do it myself. I can stay here.